Need some coins for that God Squad you've always wanted? For the cheapest coins anywhere, check out MMOEXP.com and use code ZERK for 5% off your order. Link is in the description.
The whole thing wobbin', wobbin', wobbin'. When I come around, got the whole thing wobbin'.
Team of the Week, Week 2 will be revealed tonight, or at least some of the cards will be revealed tonight. Team of the Week drops Wednesday in the afternoon, so Wednesday morning, EA will go over everything. So let's do our predictions today. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Dominic for being a part of the Totw Gang. If you guys want a chance to shout out in the next video, drop a like in the vid. Make sure you guys are subbed to the channel. Turn notifications bell on and comment down below. Totw Gang. Also, guys, once again, another very big night last night with Monday Night Football. My dad and I combined for almost $1,000 in W's. Unfortunately, so there was some injuries there with Nick Chubb, which hopefully he has a very speedy recovery, and also Jamal Williams, which did mess up a couple of the picks, but we still ended up having a very good night, but could have just been even better. But if you guys have not already checked out Underdog Fantasy, use code ZERK. It'll double your first deposit up to $100, and you guys will get this 0.5 total yards Daniel Jones special for Thursday Night Football. Now, before we get into my Week 2 predictions, guys, for Team of the Week, couple things I need to note here. Number one, when it comes to the players that I'm actually going to be going over here, I am waiting, actually. Monday Night Football just ended, so I have some Monday Night Football players in this video, even some big cards as well, so a little bit spoiler there. But the thing is, will EA include those with Team of the Week? I know a lot of people think that like EA doesn't include Monday Night Football players. They do. Travis Kelce was a Monday Night Football player last year, and he ended up getting a Team of the Week hero. So make no mistake about it. I don't know why people think that Monday Night Football players can't get Team of the Weeks. They most certainly can. And number two, I'm going to be basing my predictions off of how EA did it last week with Team of the Week, Week 1, which is we did go ahead and actually get 3 high overalls from that current week, and then we had 1 LTD, which is a player from that week, but a different year. So with that being said, let's get into this. All right, so let's get into my Team of the Week predictions. Now, I also do want to let you guys know that last week we had 2 79s, 2 81s, 2 84s, and then we had the 88. So my predictions are exactly the same as that. I know every single time that I do Team of the Week predictions, somebody's going to be mad their favorite player is not on here, and it's just going to happen, right? Not everyone can get a Team of the Week card. You have to remember that there's always going to be snubs every Team of the Week. With that being said, I have Raheem Mostert getting a 79 overall. I know not a big upgrade, but you'll see it kind of just makes sense that he wouldn't get one of the bigger cards because there are just people that already have higher overall cards and need higher overall upgrades than Raheem Mostert. So Raheem Mostert here did have 121 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a catch for 6 yards. To be honest, I really wish that Mostert, was capable of getting one of the higher overall cards simply because he's so fast, right? He's just so fast. But at the same time, you guys will notice when I go over the rest of the list here, it just makes sense. And the other 79 overall, I'm going to go with Joe Tryon Shoyinka. Joe Tryon had 4 tackles and 2 sacks. He has a 76 overall, and I will let you know, this one I was really tempted to actually put him at 81 because the 81 overall defensive player that I have there is a lower overall than Joe Tryon, but we'll get into why I think that these are going to be this way. So let's start off with that one. Trey Brown right here, guys, for the Seattle Seahawks has a 73 overall. I know that Joe Tryon has a, higher overall than Trey Brown, so maybe you would say, well, Trey Brown should get the 79 and Joe Tryon should get the 81. When we get to my 84s, it kind of makes a little bit more sense as to why I think it's going to be that way. But Trey Brown right here did have a really good game. 4 tackles, an interception, a forced fumble, and a touchdown. So Trey Brown should get a nice card. Will this card be any good if he's, an 81 overall here? He's 5'10". Height doesn't matter as much this year at DB, which is great. Honestly, very good. Has 82 speed, 81 excel. When you have like these low cards, it's really hard to know how EA is going to upgrade them. And as for the other 81 overall, the offensive player, the man who I'm about to start in fantasy football this week, we have Puka Ngata. I think his line that I took on Underdog this week was 4 catches. He had 15. He had 15 catches. His line was 4. Yeah, that was the easiest hire of my entire life right there. But 15 catches, 147 yards. Yeah, he is legit. Puka Ngata, even when Cooper Kupp comes back, I think is still going to be a legitimate option. And Underdog, I dare you to put his line low, something disrespectful like 5 catches this week again. I will slam it. But 15 catches, 147 yards. Last week he had 10 catches and didn't get an upgrade there. I think after this week, there's no way he can't get a Team of the Week card. And I know, right? He is a 70 overall. Could have put him as a 79. He had such a good week, it would be disrespectful, I feel like, to only give him a 79. So I've got to put him at least at an 81. I almost did 84. Almost did 84. But you'll see why I couldn't. Because for the offensive 84 overall, guys, we're going to go with Daniel Jones. They made a massive, massive comeback against the Cardinals, and Daniel Jones did have an interception, but he also had 380 total yards and 3 touchdowns. So Daniel Jones, I think, is going to slide in here. He'll get the 84 overall. I know a lot of Giants fans thought he'd get like the hero. Definitely did not do enough, in my opinion, to get the hero card. Definitely people who had better performances than him, you know, no interceptions, whatever, that could potentially get the hero. But DJ, I think, will come in here and get an 84, and you guys can get that 0.5 total yard special using code Zirk on Underdog. And as for the defensive 84 overall, guys, I'm going to go with Shaq Barrett, which is exactly why I did not have Tryon here getting the 81, because I feel like if he got the 81 and then the other outside linebacker on the Bucks got the 84, just want to make too much sense there, which I'll be honest, I don't even know if both these guys will get cards, but when you look at the defensive stats that people had this week, and in terms of like players already have high cards, there's a linebacker on the Broncos, I cannot remember his name right now, but he had a pretty good week in terms of stats. He already has a high overall card, like an 85, and then Danielle Hunter already has an 84, so I couldn't give them set cards, but they didn't do enough, they didn't win, and they won't get the hero here. So this was really, really tough, especially on the defense side of the ball, to come down to the last couple ones. But Shaq Barrett, guys, he did have a very, very good week. He had a sack, 2 tackles, and a pick 6. I'm going to throw him in here as the 84. And I am going to mention him here before we go any farther, because I know if I don't, Seahawks fans, you guys are going to go crazy on me. Unfortunately, I think Tyler Lockett is going to be this week's Team of the Week snub. He did have a very, very good week. 10 catches, 2 touchdowns, and he had 59 yards with the overtime touchdown. But I don't think he would go from an 83 to 84. And with Tyler Lockett here, I think the only way he would get a card is if he's the hero. I don't think he's going to be the hero, unfortunately so. Now, I could be wrong. Maybe they gave Tyler Lockett the hero card, but I don't think he's going to get the hero. I think he's probably going to be this week's one of the biggest snubs, for sure. So, unfortunate. Sorry, Seahawks fans. We'll see. With that being said, though, let's now get into the heroes and the LTDs. And again, I need you guys to remember how they did it last week. Last week, we got an offensive hero, a defensive hero from the same year, and then an LTD as well from the same year. We got Jesse Bates, and then we also had the throwback LTD, which was an offensive player in Kyler Murray. So with this week's Team of the Week, I believe the way that they're going to be doing it is we're going to get an offensive hero, the offensive LTD, and a defensive hero that are going to be from, 2023 here with the week 2. And then the defensive LTD is going to be from a previous year. So just keep that in mind. So for the offensive hero, guys, I'm going to go with DeAndre Swift. He has this 83 overall card, of course, from the field pass, but he had a monster week. DeAndre Swift did have 175 rushing yards, a touchdown, 3 catches as well for 6 yards. I don't think anybody saw that one coming there, but because DeAndre Swift has an 83, it makes it very, very hard to say he's not going to get a hero with this 83 overall card already, because jumping him up 1 overall from an 83 to an 84 wouldn't really make all that much sense, and I feel like EA right now, we kind of need another good running back. Bo Jackson has been like the best running back in the game for a while now. So DeAndre Swift as the offensive hero, I think, makes perfect sense. Should be very fast, obviously very elusive, should be able to catch the ball very well. This card could be really, really good. And as for the defensive hero, guys, I'm not going with TJ Watt. I'm going with Alex Highsmith from Monday Night Football. They did get the wins over the Browns, and he had 7 tackles. He also did have 2 sacks and a pick 6. And for the defensive hero, guys, I am going with a Monday Night Football player, but it's not TJ Watt, Steelers fans. I'm going with Alex Highsmith. He had a pick 6 on the very first play of the game, 7 tackles, and also had a sack. I think he did enough to get an 88 overall card, and yes, he is a lower overall here, right, at an 80, whereas someone like, we could go with Shaq Barrett, who had a sack, 2 tackles, and a pick 6, but I think I would say the 7 tackles, along with the sack, the pick 6, and also had a forced fumble, I do believe, as well, forgot to mention that. The forced fumble added in there, yeah, I think that's enough for Alex Highsmith to get the hero, and I think it's going to be honestly a pretty good card. I mean, the block shed's a little bit low on this one, so, you know, low 80s block shed, but finesse move should get a nice bump. Speed could be pretty good as well. This could be a very solid card. And as for the final two cards, guys, for the offensive LTD, which is from this year, that is going to be Mike Evans. I'm going to go with Mike Evans here. I think it makes sense that he would be the offensive LTD and not DeAndre Swift. I feel like that makes perfect sense there. So Mike Evans did have a very, very good week. 6 catches, 171 yards, and a touchdown. So yes, I think he ends up getting the LTD over, you know, someone like Tyler Lockett, who did have the 2 touchdowns, but, you know, Mike Evans had over 100 yards more than Tyler Lockett there. So I think that's why he deserves to get it. He also is a very, very big receiver, 6'5". We'll see if that speed gets a nice little bump up, because I don't think people want to rock out with like an 85 speed Mike Evans. We need at least 87, at least 87 speed, and the catch and traffic, spec catch, all that, that's going to be really, really nice. I personally like Mike Evans cards. They always play really, really good for me. This could be a very, very nice card. Now, we get into the LTD, though, which is from a previous year. And I believe that the LTD for this week, guys, is going to be Chris Jones. I'll be honest, there are so many players that EA could choose from. It makes it very, very hard, but I'm going to go Chris Jones. Again, should be a defensive player for the throwback player, but Chris Jones, he's getting this for 2017. He had 4 tackles, an interception, 3 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Tell me that's not worthy of getting the LTD, and it makes perfect sense. We need another DT in the game right now. We have Warren Sapp, who is, in my opinion, the best DT in the game. Javon Hargrave just came out, you know, with the ultimate kickoff, with release 1, I believe it was, right? Release 1 of the ultimate kickoff, which was a very, very good card. It's a good DT. But Chris Jones is that solidified best DT in the game. I think if he gets, you know, the hero or the LTD, whatever, he would be the best DT in the game, would be an absolute monster. So with that being said, guys, I hope you did enjoy the video, and if you did, make sure you guys drop a like in the video, and of course hit that sub button down below. Actually, I can't lie, I think Warren Sapp might still be better. Warren Sapp is seriously just a monster, but Chris Jones makes sense. Give us another DT, and the stats that he had, absolutely insane. Let me know down below, though, who you guys think we'll get for Team of the Week. I know there were some other snubs that I didn't mention in this video. Not everybody can get a Team of the Week card, guys. Is what it is. Not everyone's going to get one, and we shall see who will be the snubs for this week of Team of the Week. And if you guys enjoyed this video, check out these.